Where's the hurricane?
Aloha everyone, it is August 25th and apparently Hurricane Lane got downgraded from a hurricane to tropical storm right before hitting all the major islands with crazy force. Check out those FEMA people hanging out at the Marriott Hotel. Supposedly a lot of FEMA personnel came to Hawaii for the Hurricane Lane response, and there's proof of them right there hanging out, and a lot of hotels sold out, and I guess they took up a lot of rooms too, because a lot of these FEMA people came in, so there they are, but nothing happened with the hurricane. I guess the powers that be just killed it off with the HAARP and chemtrail technology weapon.
So we got him
Wait.
Wait.
So
It could have gone.
So which way do we go? Huh? The source of this image is National Weather Service, as you can see, and it clearly shows the track of Hurricane Lane on August 25th, and it starts out going mostly north, aimed pretty much at Honolulu, Maui, and Big Island. Then it suddenly stops equidistantly, meaning at about the same distance from all three of the major islands and the most populated spot in Hawaii, which is Honolulu on the island of Oahu, right above where you see that point, and then Maui and Big Island. And it stops, it slows down, it loses its power as if something is controlling it. You have to see Guadalupe Island because that's where these things start, and then they're continued and controlled all throughout. So with HAARP and chemtrails, they can control hurricanes and other types of weather and climate phenomenon. It's pretty sad because they are acting as if they're gods, and in the days of old there were gods of all kinds, including gods of storms, storm gods. They controlled the weather, the oceans, Poseidon for example. In any case, these people were the technocrats, who are aristocrats, technocrats, and probably Luciferians. They want to be on the same level as those pagan gods, and to me that's pretty much Satanism. They're trying to control weather, they're trying to control genetics through genetic modification, GMOs, and genetic engineering. They're trying to control people's minds with chemicals, heavy metals, invisible frequencies, etc., etc., television, brainwashing, etc. So this hurricane is definitely a false flag event. It was geoengineered from the beginning, originating off the coast of Baja California. You can track its path using NASA's own worldview technology, satellite, 24-hour satellite imaging, and Guadalupe Island is what initiates, it gives the spark to these. Obviously, we need warm weather as well, and it is summertime. Hottest, it's been really hot, and hurricanes love hot weather, so in combination of chemtrail particulates, they're able to control these storms to a degree, and they're trying to perfect this craft, and at the same time they're trying to see how the society reacts psychologically if they were to spin the story of coming disaster. They want to monitor how people prepare for it, how society prepares for it, how the military prepares for it, and having these FEMA people come in and take up rooms in like nice hotels in Waikiki and nothing happens. That's all on taxpayers' money. So basically, taxpayers just paid for FEMA personnel vacation in Hawaii because the weather it's not been so bad. It drizzled for a little bit. There were some gusts, but there was nothing, absolutely nothing scary. There were amazing, beautiful sunset, in part courtesy of chemtrails, but there was no disaster, no flooding, nobody died, nobody got hurt. Psychologically, people got hurt because the kind of news that the television, the news agencies are spinning, it's kind of like coming disaster. And look, they did this with the North Korea missile crisis just earlier, less than a year ago. You know, they sent early in the morning to everyone with a cell phone, they sent a warning saying that North Korea launched a strike, and it's not a test, it's not a drill. And they already knew that it was a mistake, supposedly quote unquote mistake that they made, but it took them more than like almost an hour, like something like 45 minutes to let everyone know that they sent a false alarm. So that was like another false flag type of news cover story, crisis, psychological, social experiment, crisis situation. See how people react, see what they do if that were to happen. So these hurricanes, they are obviously trying to perfect the way they can manipulate weather, and they're bringing them close. But Hawaii, Hawaii is, some people have pointed out that it's targeted because of the volcano and the false missile and the hurricanes that come here, like one after the other. Hector was another example. But, it's like it's targeted, it's yes and no. It's not as if the New World Order or the deep state or whatever you want to call them doesn't already have a hold over Hawaii. As a matter of fact, 290 years ago, the Hawaiian kingdom, the Hawaiian monarchy, was overthrown. It and the last reigning monarch, Queen Liliuokalani, was put under house arrest. So the deep state, the New World Order, whatever you want to call it, they already got a hold of Hawaii almost 300 years ago. So now Hawaii is an asset to the New World Order. It's an asset, so they don't want to destroy their own asset. They want to play around with it, but they don't want to destroy it. The reason it's an asset is because financially it's really well off. It's a very popular tourist destination, real estate destination. The prices here are so high, and that all translates to tax, which is income for the deep state or for the government, and then also militarily, obviously, it's a very strategic position in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's always been a strategic position, even before Pearl Harbor. So, and in addition, it's a ground zero testing for genetically modified organisms, new crops, experimental pesticides, courtesy of Bass, Syngenta, Monsanto, Dow, and so forth. And I hope you knew already that Monsanto was bought out by none other than Bayer, who, in my opinion, from what I learned from history, Bayer started out in Germany in the fascist state of Nazism, and no wonder they would actually prescribe to children, get this, for as cough drops. They prescribed, like in the 50s or 40s or whatever, they actually prescribed heroin. And heroin is highly addictive drug, and they prescribe that to kids for coughs. So think about that. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless. The sirens just ran. Big waves in the ocean. Winds, but
We had the clouds out there, but not the rain. Well, if you're looking at the radar picture, you're probably saying, well, we have some blue on the radar here. What's that all about if it's not raining out there? Well, believe it or not, This is actually not rain. This is called chaff. This is something that the military actually let out of their aircraft a couple hours ago. It can be plastic, it can be aluminum, and basically it's something that they emit from the aircraft right here. And none of this is rain. This is all man-made material. And actually, I want to show you what that looks like when it is released from an aircraft. You see these flares that go out and the smoke that goes with them. Again, these are little flares go out, little heat signatures, or perhaps aluminum that's released from these aircraft in order to confuse
plastic or metal mylar into the atmosphere.
In Northern California, we've got a bit of an unusual situation. Now, this first portion of the radar cycle, fairly bland and typical, but then you see these bands of very distinct cloud cover moving into the region. That is not rain, that is not snow. Believe it or not, military aircraft flying through the region dropping chaff. Small bits of aluminum, sometimes it's made of plastic, or even metallicized paper products, but it's used as an anti-radar issue, and obviously they're practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is.